Hopes you've been training hard, eating right, and race day is almost here. But race preparation doesn't start the day before, it starts at least 1 to 2 weeks before. Hi, I'm Ralph, the Ageless Runner. I'm all about helping you run smarter, go longer, and stay ageless. And welcome to episode 4 of my series of Mastering the Half Marathon After 50. So as I said, race preparation actually starts at least 10 days to 2 weeks before, because during that time period, no more hard runs, no more long runs, no more intervals, no more hill repeats. You need to give your body a chance to rest. It's okay to do easy runs. You should be doing easy runs because you want to maintain all that endurance and stamina you've built up over the last 12 to 16 weeks. And certainly the week before, easy runs only. I generally stop running at least 2 days before a race. Again, I want to make sure my body is rested and recovers as best it can be going into that race. So again, that week before the race, emphasize carbs. Make sure you're getting plenty of hydration every day. Again, build up your body resources, build up that glycogen. Make sure you're well hydrated and saturated. So a couple of days before the race, go get your bib. You should be practicing what's going to be your pre-race breakfast. Try and do that, practice that a couple of days before your race. Think about what are you going to carry with you. Think about where you're going to put your bib. Get all that thought out before the day before the race, which we're going to talk about next. So now we get to the day before the race. You want to make sure you hydrate well that day. I usually try to drink a couple of glasses of water with electrolytes in them. I use the noon tablets, especially if it's going to be a warm weather run, but get those electrolytes built up. Again, the night before the race, lay out your clothes. You've already thought about what am I going to wear? What's the weather going to be like? Lay that out. Get your bib pinned to your shirt or your shorts, wherever you're going to wear it. Eat a light carbohydrate-based meal. Don't carb load. That's the worst thing you do the night before your race. If you eat a big plate of pasta, it's going to lay on your stomach. It's going to cause you not to sleep well. It's going to cause you to bloat. You'll feel off in the morning. But do emphasize carbs, but keep it kind of light. And try to get to bed early and sleep well. I know I never sleep well before a race. You're probably like me and don't either. But try to get to bed early and rest as well as you can. You might think about setting 1 or 2 alarms if you need to get up early. Make sure you get up. So make sure you've got that taken care of. Now also, the night before, when you're eating your before run meal, no alcohol. Avoid alcohol. If you think, I could have 1 beer or 1 glass of wine, don't do it. It's going to mess up your sleep. It's going to affect your body. Avoid that temptation. Just don't do it. Now, we do need to think about the day before the race, if not the week before the race. What are we going to bring? What are we going to wear? Obviously, check the weather forecast. Maybe you want to bring something extra. It's going to be wet. Maybe you want clothes to change into after the race, or maybe bring an extra pair of dry socks. If it's going to be a cold weather race, how are you going to dress? What kind of gloves you want to bring? Get all that thought out. Of course, lay that out the night before. And you also need to give some thought as how are you going to fuel and hydrate? Now, you can rely on the race because most races have 8 stations so far along where they'll have energy stuff and water and so forth. Now, the risk of relying on the race is they may have fuel or food that you've never eaten before. As we said, nothing new on race day. Hey, if you're enjoying this video or this series, please consider not only liking this video, but also subscribing if you're new here. I'm trying to grow my channel. I would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And so I generally bring my own fuel, my own water. I had one race once where they had water, but they ran out of cups. I couldn't believe it. I ran a lot of the race with no water because they just ran out of cups. So I generally bring my own fuel, my own water, so I know I've got it. It doesn't mean I won't drink the water at the race. Doesn't mean I won't eat something at the race if it's something I feel like I've eaten before. But rely on yourself, not the race people. So pack all that up. Get that. If you wear a running vest like I do, get that all packed. Get that ready to go. My last tip: if it's a day like today where it's going to be sunny, please wear sunscreen. I'm a person who had skin cancer once, so I sunscreen faithfully, but don't neglect that. Please sunscreen and keep your body safe. So race day is here, and you're getting at the starting line, you're getting ready to go. I have a couple of things to keep in mind to start off with, and one is, remember, running a half marathon or any long run, it's all about conservation of energy. I call it conservation of energy. You want to make sure that the energy you have in intake will last you through those 13.1 miles, and some of the things we're going to talk about will help you achieve that. The second thing to remember is avoid the temptation to start the race fast or hard. There's going to be a lot of young runners out there, young men who've been running all their life, running competitively, and they're just going to bolt out of there. Let them go. Do not worry about how long it takes you to run this race. Nobody cares but you, and you shouldn't care. You just want to finish the race. You don't care how long it takes you. So avoid that temptation. Start at your pace that you want to run at, that you're used to running at, and stick with it. Now, I hope most of you who follow my channel and watch my videos are doing Run, Walk, Run, and that's the perfect thing to do in a race. Again, that's that conservation of energy. So we don't burn up our glycogen and burn up our energy stores too quickly. We can space it out and last that whole time. So before the race, you should already know what times you're going to use, what intervals you're going to use, have those programmed into your watch, your phone, or whatever timer you use. Now, a recommendation, of course, if you're a beginner runner, never really done much racing before, think about keeping it your run-walk ratio in that 1-to-1 to 2-to-1 area. That'll be great to help you conserve your energy as a new runner. If you're an intermediate runner, think about 3-to-1 to 4-to-1. Again, that will allow you to do a reasonable pace and conserve your energy. If you're an experienced runner, though, I'm going to say experienced, you've got a lot of racing behind you, maybe 5-to-1 to 6-to-1. I would definitely not go over 6-to-1, because once you start getting over 6-to-1, it's like you're not doing run-walk-run. You're not getting those benefits. I personally don't go over 4-to-1, but you decide what's best for you, but have that thought out. Have those intervals programmed into your watch, your phone, whatever, and stick to that even at the beginning of the race. Do not start out too hard. Take it easy, so that way you'll last and finish strong. Now, your fueling and hydration during the race should be no different than any long run. Again, shoot for that 30 to 60 grams of carbs per hour. Hydrate every 15 to 20 minutes. If you're an older runner, make sure you're getting enough hydration. And if it's a warm day like it is today, we actually got a heat warning this afternoon, but think about adding electrolytes. I use Noon tablets, which have electrolytes in them that I'll put in my water bladder. And I always use a product called Tailwind. I'll use that. That's got electrolytes in it. So think about adding that to your water. And if you're doing a cold weather run, you still need to hydrate. Even though you don't perceive how much you're sweating, you're still losing fluids, and make sure you hydrate. Again, it's up to you whether you eat the food at the aid stations. You have to decide that based on your body and what you know about it. But I, again, encourage you to bring your own fuel in case whatever they have is not something you've trained with. A half marathon is just as much mental as it is physical, so we can't really neglect that, because let's face it, 13.1 is a lot of miles. And also, depending on the weather conditions, it might be really hot, might be wet, might be really cold, which all stresses the mind and the body. So we have some mental running tips for you to use today. So the first tip is to break your race into manageable segments. Think about segments. Say in the first 3 miles, you're focused on warming up, settling into your pace, getting into your intervals, and just focused on taking it easy and getting into that rhythm. So miles 4 to 7, you kind of focus on your breathing, focus on your rhythm, maybe count. I often count my steps versus my breath, 3 steps in, 2 out, something like that. Get into that rhythm. Miles 8 to 10, check on your body. How are your fueling needs going? How's your hydration going? Keep that up. Don't neglect that. And then miles 11 to 13.1, just dig in and finish strong. Now, one thing that helps me and may help you is to use mantras. These are positive affirmations you can use anytime during the run. Use it during your walk breaks. Use it during in a hard section, maybe running up a hill. Say things like, I am a strong and powerful runner, or strong and steady, or something like, I'm doing this, I belong here. Whatever makes you feel positive, especially if a negative thought creeps in your mind, start saying something positive. And finally, the last tip is enjoy the moment. Be in the moment. If they're spectators, sometimes races have spectators, smile and wave. Look forward to the next aid station. Think, I've only got 2 miles to the next aid station. I can take a little break, drink a little water, something like that. Make that a kind of a look forward to thing. And don't think, I have 5 miles yet to go. Just think about, I just need to get this next interval done. So stay in the moment, enjoy what's going on around you, enjoy the other runners, enjoy the scenery, and just experience the whole race and everything that it has to offer. Now, if you start, feeling tired, feeling heavy, maybe add an extra walk break or extend your walk break. And again, if a negative thought creeps in, replace it with a positive affirmation, I am a strong and powerful runner. And if you're feeling great and you're doing good, hold steady, resist the temptation to pick up the pace, resist the temptation to maybe skip walk breaks. You want to finish strong, resist that temptation to up the level. Now, your brain's going to want you to quit before your body does. Just remember, you've trained hard, you've got all that behind you, your body will make it. Don't let your mind talk you out of it. So you've got 1 mile left. That last mile will be your hardest, but it's also the most rewarding. Remember, keep your head up, cross that finish line with a smile, raise your arms and celebrate. You did it. Congratulations. You ran a half marathon and you're over the age of 50. Kudos to you. Not many people have done that. So let's recap. What should you be doing in getting ready for your race? Well, think about getting ready, a week to 2 weeks before, again, backing off on your running, emphasizing carbs and hydration during that time period. Remember, stick to your race plan. Whatever intervals you're going to use, whatever times you're going to use, stick to that. Resist the temptation to go fast at the beginning or to run too hard if you're feeling good. And use run, walk, run. It's all about conservation of energy. Make your energy, make your glycogen last, let your fueling last to get you through those long 13.1 miles. And again, above all, enjoy the experience, enjoy the race. That's why I do races, it's just the experience. It's just to not only accomplish it, but just enjoy the whole experience of running with other people and just celebrating life and enjoying the ability to run a half marathon. So the next episode, we're going to talk about what should you be doing after the race? How should we start our recovery and our repair process? So again, thank you for being here. If you like this video, please consider liking. And if you're new here, I'd love for you to have you subscribe. Think about subscribing. Again, thank you so much. Run smart, go longer, stay Ageless.